Presbyterian Church. He's been active in immigrant justice for decades, here and abroad. He currently works with asylum seekers and refugees and advocates for the rights of undocumented immigrants. And the West Kensington Ministry provided sanctuary for a family under the threat of deportation. He has been involved in acts of civil disobedience at the White House and here in Philadelphia, and is a member of the New Sanctuary movement. Adon, thank you so much for being here.
All right, a little Spanish here. Manos! Oh, I can't. Manos! Fuera! Manos! Fuera! That means hands off. Sisters and brothers, my fellow citizens, we live in a time of chaos, but I'm here to call on your conscience. We gather here at a place where the seeds of freedom, justice, and equality were planted for all to thrive. We stand here not in the shadows, not just in the shadow of Independence Hall, but in the shadow of a nation whose ideals are being undermined by the very people who swore to uphold them. I come before you today as a part of an interfaith call to action, a demand for justice, a cry for mercy, a plea to restore the heart and soul of this country. Our democracy is under attack not from invaders abroad, but from the very billionaires who profit and put profit over people. And some elected officials who hold power. Some of these elected officials have forgotten who they serve. They have lost sight of the values that this nation was built upon. And we're here to remind them, yes or no? Yes! So we demand that the wealthy elites who profit off the labor and struggles of everyday Americans take their, what, manos off democracy. And we're here to remind the elected leaders that they work for we the people and not we the billionaires. This country is not, and the halls in Washington are not a playground. This country belongs to all of us. We the people, the union members, the postal workers, the dreamers, the immigrants, the mothers, the scientists, the teachers, the fathers, the children, all who are here seeking a better life. We will not stand idly by while these billionaires and corrupt folk steal our freedom, our rights, our future. We're here to speak out against the inhumane and cruel mass deportations that tear families apart. We're here to demand an immediate end to the mass deportations, the separation of families. We're here to demand the restoration of due process. For no one should be treated as less than human. We call on every leader to remember their immigrant history that helped build this country. This land was made great by the sweat, the dreams of those who crossed borders, oceans in search of freedom, opportunity, and a better life. The very foundation of this nation is made up of the hopes, the struggles of those who came here seeking, especially in Philly, Pennsylvania, religious freedom.
That's right.
Sanctuary from persecution, war, poverty. And we won't allow for this history, for this truth to be erased. Let's remember the words that are etched on Lady Liberty. Give me your poor, give me your tired, give me your huddled masses yearning to breathe free libertad. Not just words carved in stone, they are etched in our hearts. They're not just carved words, they are a challenge. They are a promise of freedom, dignity for all of us. And yet, what do we see today? We see a government led by some that have forgotten these words, that have chosen to close its doors rather than open them to the tired, the hungry, the huddled masses, and rather open them and invite in crooked billionaire elites who look out for profit more than people. But we will not let them forget. We will not be silent. So in this moment, we turn to a story that is told, has been told for thousands of years, the parable of the Good Samaritan, who didn't pass by the wounded traveler, but stopped and cared for that person. We ask ourselves, who are the Samaritans today? Who will stand up for the vulnerable? Who will stop and care for those in need, for those who have been cast aside? Will it be misguided billionaires and the swayed politicians? Or will it be us, the people? Manos afuera! It's time for us to live out the values we preach. It's time for us to demand that our leaders live up to their promises, that they restore dignity and humanity to every person in this land. We demand a just immigration system, one that honors, again, due process, reunites families, and remembers the roots from which this country grew. This is not just a moral issue. It is a human issue. If we cannot stand up for the most vulnerable among us, if we cannot demand justice for those who are seeking a better life, then we are no better than the systems of oppression that have plagued this world for centuries. So the greedy billionaires and elected officials who have lost their ways, who think they can dismantle our democracy for their own gain, we say this: Manos afuera! Keep your hands off our democracy! Manos fuera! We will not allow you to steal our future or turn our country into a place where powerless people are forgotten, where the desperate are discarded, and where the promise of liberty is denied. We stand here today in defiance of cruelty, of hate. We stand here in defiance of those who seek to destroy the very soul of this nation, and when we will not stop until those words again ring true. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. In the words of Richard Rohr, we must embrace the inclusive love that flows from the Spirit of God, from the spirit of humanity itself. My friends, all these social issues you've heard about today, whether they are rooted in immigration, race, the environment, inequality, LGBTQ rights, they're all intertwined. They all interconnect. They're all the same battle. They are the same fight for justice. To ignore one is to ignore them all. So today we stand united for all those who are marginalized, for all those whose voices have been stolen by these oppressive systems. We demand that that leaders that have been up here on the mic, those across our country here in Philly, we demand that these policies of cruelty stop. Stop the deportations, reinstall due process. Let's work together in a world for justice, compassion, dignity, not in my name, not in your name, but in the name of humanity. Let's be the generation that remembers our immigrant history. Let's be the generation that truly lives out the words we so proudly proclaim: liberty and justice for all. The time is now. Let us act in love, in faith, and in unity for the future of our nation and the future of our world. Let us be the Good Samaritans of our time.